Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Christian nationalism. Um, it's hot. It's hot. It's kind of it's actually nice, but it was just I'm in the truck right now, and it was out of the shade when I got off work, so I'm waiting for it. I've been driving around trying to find a good, nice, cool shaded spot for me to record. End up in my driveway. Um, that's the dog. Anyway, Seller did a video. Talking about Christian nationalism, kind of like trying to get wrap his head around what is it. And I left the comment I left was basically what I said was like it's almost like kind of like an insult. At least I never heard Christian nationalism said in anything that was said in a way that was actually positive. It always seemed like it was said in a way that was demeaning towards towards Americans who hold a particular perspective about the country, about things that are going on currently, and what do they see as being necessary, as being the solution to the problems of our nation. Um, Christian nationalism, to me, it sounds strange, but really, I've always thought of it just being I always thought of it as being just being American. Um, for one, our rights don't come from the government. Nothing generally comes from government. Um, our rights come from our Creator. Um, and I think it's interesting that we look, we even look at our national anthem, and one of the stanzas, I think one of the verses is, "In God is our trust, and our money, in God we trust." And the preamble for the U.S. Constitution, it mentions securing the blessings of liberty. Well, where did the blessing of liberty come from? It certainly didn't come from government. It didn't even come from the Constitution. So it's like recognizing that's something that we have that didn't come from anything that was man-made. If it's a blessing, then if liberty is a blessing, then that blessing must come from something greater than us. So I think, and if we look at our values, if we look at even just the way that the way as Americans we generally conduct ourselves in respects to our values, our principles, they don't just come out of they don't come from a vacuum. They come from somewhere, and I believe they come from a large portion I believe a large portion of why we are the way we are comes from the Bible. John Adams, he even said himself that the nation that's being created, it was meant for a moral people. Where do our morals and where do generally our morals come from? And that's what people don't want to admit. They come from a lot of our morals come from the Bible, and there should be no shame in talking about that. But it seems to be that whenever there's someone who wants to talk about preserving preserving our nation against things that are basically foreign ideas, not foreign people, not foreigners. Keep having strong borders, uh, protecting what's right, protecting our children from harm's way, standing up for what is right, speaking out whenever we see speaking out for injustices. They're quick to label people. They're quick to label those people as Christian nationalists, or one even crazier phrase I heard is Christo-fascist. Which, like, again, when people I hear when I hear people use those terms, or if I read those terms like an article, I have a hard time taking it seriously, because it's like these people want to think that how we are as a nation is just it's out of thin air. No, it comes from something. It comes from an idea, and that idea is squarely backed up by Christianity, especially in part of especially in part of the importance of the individual and individuals coming together, which is something that is from the Bible in terms of we're responsible for our walk with God. We're responsible for how we conduct ourselves. We're all gonna have to take an account for the things we do on this planet. It's not something. It's not. It is not this. It is not this collective. It is not this collective thing where we see it fit as sacrificing individual liberty for the greater good of society. And and it's evident that every time we tried that, it always failed. You know, it's failed tremendously because we thought we can do it because we thought that as men in our in our as in what we think is infinite wisdom, we think we can do it better than what's been sent down to us from God Himself. You know, or people say, "Oh, the Bible's man-made." Okay, well, it was what inspired it. What inspired keeping this book around, and what was the inspiration behind this nation, this thing that we're doing, this idea? What's hope? What is it? What is at its base? So it always seems to be, I guess. So as far as Christian nationalism, to me, it just sounds like just being an American. Um, Again, whenever I see people, at least this from my perspective, whenever I see that phrase used, I have a hard time taking it seriously. Cause always, cause to me, it always came off as like a backhanded insult. I can tell you this right now. Would they, these same the people who use this phrase, are they going to say that Israel is what is it? Is it Jewish nationalism? Is that what Israel is, or is Turkey Islamic nationalism? If they can say that about those nations, why is it such? Well, I don't even have to ask that question. I mean, we all know we all know we're going to be insulted. So, but those are just my ramblings, about the matter. I just think that it's I always thought it was interesting that to support what actually made this country what it is, for better or for worse, and it's always find a way to improve itself or correct mistakes or stand up for what's right. There's always gonna be those who are gonna find a way to make fun of it, but hey, it's what I expect. It's what I expect. I expect anything coming from the Bible to be made fun of, even especially nowadays. But those are my thoughts. Please, guys, share your thoughts. What do you think about the phrase Christian nationalism or Christofascism of the sort? Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. If you like the video, please check out my older videos and look forward to new videos to come. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. My secretary to address them. The dog's going crazy. That's my video. Christian nationalism. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.